Hello everyone, it's Brenda from the Tellico Plains Public Library. Several of you have asked how to sign on to your account, so I thought I'd make a tutorial for you today. First, you'll need to go to our website, tellicoplainspubliclibrary.org. There you'll need to click on the online catalog. This will open up in another screen. Here you'll need to click the link that's in the middle of the screen, which takes you out to our OPAC. There's Imagine. He's going to help us out today. He has an account with our library, so we're going to log on to his account so that you don't see anybody else's information. Simply go over to the account box on the right-hand side and click Log On. Once you'll get this short explanation on how to sign on. Simply put in your library card number and then your password. If you haven't done this before, your password is going to be UserPass. That's the generic one we used for everyone until they sign on. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to change that password to make it more appropriate for you. So simply fill in the password and click Log On. If you've done this in the past and you've forgotten your password, click on this link right here and it'll send us an email and we'll be able to reset your password for you. Click Log On. This will open up to the My Items tab. My Items is where your account lies. You see your reserves, you'll see your items out, any fines, your account, interest, and history. We're going to talk about each one of these today, but we're going to start with your account. Once you open that tab, then you'll see your address, your city, your state, contact preference. If you'd like to be only contacted in one way, please let us know. If not, if it doesn't matter, please just leave it non-specified. Your email address goes here. Please put a new one in there if you've changed it. We'd like to keep you up to date in our records. You also have the option to remind you when your items are due back. Put a click there and tell us how many days before the item is due that you'd like to receive an email. Your home phone, your mobile phone, and work phone can all be put in now. We're going to put in a phone number just for demonstration purposes to show you what it means when I ask for you guys to sign up for text messaging. Here's where we're going to put in a new password. We're going to change it just so that you see how to do this. Now once you hit save, it's going to ask you for the existing password. And remember, when you first signed in, if that was UserPass, use that one. And hit submit. You're going to get a pop-up that says your account information has changed successfully. Simply say OK. Here's the other thing I was going to show you. Down here below, now that we have a mobile phone filled in, down here below you have the option to have phone text messaging, which means all you need to do is find your carrier on the list, and then the text message address will fill in automatically. Don't change any of that or your text messaging won't come through. You have 4 options for text messaging: when your items are due back, overdue for 3 days, your watch list is triggered, or a reserve is ready for pickup. If you choose any of these, which we're going to choose now, go ahead and hit save again. This time it's asking you for the existing password. So go ahead and put in the one that you changed it to and hit submit. Account was successfully. Okay. And that's how you add account, change any information, anything like that. Now you're ready to work within your account. You'll notice that up in the right-hand corner under the account, you now show that you're logged in, Imagine, Bookworm, and then you have a log off button. You have what's called a temporary book bag, and then you can view that, or you have My Items and Suggest. We're going to talk about all these things right now. Okay, let's go down and look at the rest of the tabs that are under your My Items menu. We're going to start with Reserves. We're going to click on the Reserve tab, And what this will show you is whether or not you have any items on reserve or if you have any items waiting for pickup. You also have a tab called Items Out. And in this tab, it will show you the number of books that you have out. It'll actually list the books that you have out, show you its picture, its title, its author, all that information, when it's due back on, how many times it's been renewed. You also see up this menu right here that'll tell you that you have one item checked out. What you can do is if you select your book and you hit renew, no matter if they're overdue or not, you can renew your books. So just simply click on renew and it will renew the books for another 2 weeks. We're going to go up to your fines tab. You have no fines and fees at this point. If you did, it would list it right here. We're going to skip over the account because we've already done that. We're going to skip over interest for right now and we're going to go to the history. Many folks have asked us about whether or not you can see the history of what you've checked out recently. Well, we have it where you can see the last year. It's a rolling year, so depending upon what day you click on retrieve, it goes back a year from that date. So once you hit retrieve, it will show you everything that you have checked out over that last year. Here's the author's names, the titles, the date it was checked out, any series titles so that you can keep track of your series. So if you're looking to say to somebody, I read this fabulous book, I just can't remember the title, this is the best place to come look for it. Okay, let's go back and look at your interest tab. The interest tab has a few features on there. The top one, My Community, is for the librarians. The other two are for any patron who wants to create these things. My watch lists, when you open it up, it explains that your watch list are the terms of items that you want to have us watch out for you. And we do this automatically once you start this. You can choose your favorite author. You can choose your material type or just leave it at any material type. And click Add. It starts a list of your watch terms. Then you also have the option to do series title or subject. So if you're going to do a subject, you put the subject in the box, choose any material or just books, and hit Add. You can build as many of these as you want to. What happens is when one of the librarians catalogs a new book from James Patterson or about gardening, you're going to get an email telling you that we've now cataloged a new book and it's available for checkout. You're going to have a correct email address on your account in order to make this work. Otherwise, it isn't available to you. Once you hit go back, it takes you back to the interest page, and then you have something called a book bag. Now, a book bag is basically a list of books that you want to read that Tellico Plains Public Library owns. So what you do is you create the new book bag, and we're just going to call your new book bag Gardening, and hit Save. It's a two-step process. One, you name it. Here's your active book bag now. You can view it, rename it, deactivate it, or delete it. It's already down here under Save. But the next thing that you have to do is then you go up to Home. You create a search for gardening. And just do a keyword search because that gets you everything you need. Okay? But you don't want fiction books. You would rather have the non-fiction books about gardening. So on the left-hand side of your screen, filter it down a little bit, just for the non-fiction. There they are. Now what you can do here at the top is you see that there's 135 for the keyword gardening, and they have to be in non-fiction. You have this two little plus marks over here, which means add all to the book bag. So if I clicked it, all 135 would go to that book bag. However, you're just going to go through here and just pick out a few of them because most times you don't want to read everything. Tennessee gardening, that type of thing. I think I'll stop at 3 right now just for demonstration purposes. Now at the top in your account box, you see gardening. You see they have 3 items. We want to view it. Here, you have some options. You can select them all. You can deselect them. You can remove the selected. You can reserve the selected. Or you have an option to scan barcodes. That's what the librarians do. But reserving the items that are checked must mean that they're checked out. You can only reserve a book that's checked out. Otherwise, we're just going to ask you to come to the library and pick it up. Okay? So now that that's already done, it's already saved. What you need to do is go up to My Items, come back down into Interests, and now you're going to just deactivate this book bag, which just makes it one of your saved ones. Now you can add another, or you can just use the temporary book bag that's up there if you just want to hold things for a few minutes. Okay, so that's all of the things in My Items. Now I have one better for you. I just showed you can do a watch list or when we catalog it. You can do a book bag for the ones that are available to you in our library. But we have a suggest box. This suggest box means that you've heard about the latest and the greatest books that are out there, and you want to let one of our librarians know that you want this book in the library and that other people might want it too. So hit suggest. It opens this up. Fill in as much of this information as you possibly can. This is the last book that I read, so we're just going to use this as an example. And I cheated and copied the ISBN number. Other information could be a series title, could be where it's set, the editor, anything that you might think would be helpful for me to find this book. Okay? And then you can simply say it's a book, or you can request the DVD, or you can request the audiobook. Okay? We don't purchase ebooks, so don't be asking for those. Those are on our overdrive. But I would just simply either say books or audiobooks, and that's what more than likely you will get. Now, once you hit the suggest button, it goes to an email that goes to the librarians, and now we can do one of 2 things. We can tag it for purchase and let you know when we purchased it. We can order it from any library in the state of Tennessee for you and let you know when it comes back in. You don't have to come down to the library to do this. You can simply do it from this screen. So go ahead and suggest away. Okay, that's about it, what we have for using your account inside the OPAC. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give us a call at 423-253-7388. I hope this tutorial was helpful.